Hello, friend. This is Jimmy from Can Have an Immigration Canada. Let's move to this week's latest news regarding Canadian immigration. This week, some of the updates. The biggest update you guys all probably knew by this time, the CRS score went down to 469. The first time in 2020 went below that for the general draw. That is for all categories. Again, the number of invitation also went up 5,000, and Canada is almost at the level. They have almost close to 98,000 invitation given through by mm, this November of 25th. So there is still month and another week left. So it'll definitely surpass 100,000 applications or the invitations this year of 2020. Although there were a lot of difficulties we have been facing, a lot of things were stopped, then restarted again. So that was the biggest update for the last week. Next one is for all the inland candidates who are already in Canada waiting for their biometric. The good news is from this Monday, and you can also book your biometrics online by going on Service Canada website. I'm just talking about the inland candidates, not for the candidates who are outside country. If you are in your country, you have to check whether your centers are open or no. I know in India they has been started from November 20th, but in Canada they were on appointment basis from September. Service Canada used to call you, but now from Monday, you guys can put your application in, go online, and schedule your own biometrics yourself. So no need to wait for their call. Another update is coming from for the work permit candidates. Now there is a 3-year work permit candidate for all the Hong Kong residents. As you guys know, I was mentioning this thing. There will be a lot of new updates that are coming for the Hong Kong resident because of the situation in that country. So there are new immigration pathway and initiatives being offered more options for Hong Kong residents who want to live in Canada. So Canadian government is offering them 3-year work permit so they can start their new life here from that cities that's been happening in their own country. The new program will be launched soon, will allow Hong Kong resident in Canada or abroad to apply for open work permit. Eligible candidate must have graduated from post-secondary institution within the last 5 years. This work permit will be valid for 3 years and allow Hong Kong residents and youth in particular to come to Canada to gain a valuable work experience. Few of the other uh, categories will be through family sponsorship, working holiday program. As you guys know, Hong Kong is already part of that list of the countries, and through the refugee program. I'll put a separate video on that one later on this week, hopefully. But this is a new update for all the residents of Hong Kong to gain more experience in Canada and to be eligible to be a permanent residence here. Another good news is for all of you guys who are waiting for the citizenship test. So Canadian government is resuming citizenship testing online. So all those detail will be coming to you through IRCC, whether in mail or through email. So if you guys are waiting for that, so they are going to start pretty soon. There'll be a pilot program for some time, but if it'll go with the success, then it'll be launched for permanently also, along with the regular citizenship test when the situation will become more easier. So the next update is coming from Ontario for their ONPP program, the international student with the job offers. They had a chance to apply for the provincial nominee for the permanent residency, but due to some of the technical difficulties, the Ontario's employer job offer international student stream, they have to stop or postpone it that day. That was not a good news for all of you. They were saying the intake will not reopen pretty soon, but they will definitely let us know when the next uh, intake, the date for the next intake will be, because there were a lot of technical issues this time. Candidates were not able to log in or were not able to get their credentials in, so that's why they stopped that one. Even you are not even if you are eligible, if you are able to log into that one, but again the things were not going forward, so that was a bad news. Otherwise there will be another 13-1400 application would have been taken in by now. And if we look at the another update that's coming from Quebec, so Quebec updates its salary requirement for the temporary foreign workers. So now anybody who's applying for LMIA in Quebec, let's say any employer want to do that, they have to verify, the government will verify the salary or for the candidate, like whether they match the gazette from the government. It should be match or above their level. Otherwise, if the salary there is a discrepancy between that, then the application will definitely be sent back or will be rejected. So there are all those new requirement can be seen on their website also, which category has what kind of the minimum or basic salary in the province of Quebec only for the work permit and for LMIA purposes. And again, the VAC centers in India reopen on November the 20th, and they have started booking for the candidates who are living, who are in the line for getting their biometrics and other paperwork done. So the centers, they are open in Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Chennai, Hyderabad, Jalandhar, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Pune. So these are the few cities where those VACs are open now. Again, the priority will be given to family class categories and the students itself. So uh, if we look at BC, there was an update for their PNP program. They have invited 360 new candidate under the Express Entry BC and Skills Immigration stream. And if we look at the point under the skills immigration, skilled worker was minimum point was 93, skills immigration international graduates 94, skills immigration entry level and semi skilled is 75. If we look at Express Entry BC, skilled worker 92 and Express Entry BC international graduate 93 points minimum to be eligible for the BC PNP program. There was another news we are waiting for in the month of December. There will be the new mandate letter from the government of liberals here in Canada. So let's see what the things will be in that mandate letter that will be published in month of December. We're hoping some of the new programs, as you guys all know, some of the new pilot programs which we are discussing since starting of 2020, because a lot of them has been postponed. So hopefully they will be starting those one in 2021, spring of 2021. So there could be a little bit or more changes in Express Entry, PNPs, and the parents and grandparents sponsorship program. There will be more pathways for the permanent residents to the temporary foreign workers who are already here, and the students who are already here under the Canadian Experience class. We are also expecting some of the changes in the CRS system. As you guys all know, the point system has been changed for the language ability, but there could be some additional changes. Maybe we will be seeing more case specific draws like class specific draws, Canadian Experience class or the PNPs. So these are the few things that we are expecting in that mandate letter. As long as they'll be out, I'll keep you guys updated about that. So hopefully by 15th or 20th of December it should be out, if not before. Now let's go to the Atlantic provinces. As I put another video out there that Newfoundland and Labrador has introduced a new immigration pathway. Majority of these changes have been for the people who are already in Canada and who have done their masters or graduate from Memorial University within the last 3 years with a degree related to information, communication technology, ocean technology, healthcare, agriculture, and aquaculture. There are some other categories who are in demand in Newfoundland and Labrador. So those are basically their IT, software developers, biomedical engineer, electrical engineer, artificial intelligence developer, mechanical engineer, Python, .NET, infrastructure engineer, security specialist, cloud specialist, bioinformatics, and computer network support. But the good thing is you only need a CLB level of 5 or more in each category, then you are eligible. Even with the CELPIP, you can go ahead and get that one done. So the things are very quick in Atlantic provinces as for the PR is concerned, work permit or AIPP. So this category is separate from the AIPP. A lot of people are getting confused with them. So just to let you know, this new category is different than the AIPP program. Next update that was coming from United States. Seattle and San Francisco now have their biometrics location open for Canadian immigration applicant, so they can submit their biometrics application over there. So that was a big update from US because there are a lot of restriction in that country right now because of the current situation, and you simply cannot give your biometrics anywhere else. So this is a good news that two locations are opening now, and if you are in line for waiting, then you can schedule yourself, call them, and schedule your biometrics and other paperwork over there. So these were the few updates that was for last week. I'll keep you guys updated if there'll be anything else comes up regarding Canadian immigration. Till then, you guys all have a good day. Thank you.